Hello, everyone, and welcome back to YBI, where we discuss ways on how to grow yourself and your finances. It's your boy Roman here in Zion.
What's good, people? We are back in said proverbial building.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we are discussing some of the tips, some of the strategies that we've used recently that we've come across that have really allowed us to save money, especially in the holiday season, especially with everything, the inflated prices of things. We have been dedicated to how can we save money. So this episode, we're going to go ahead and dive into some of those things. Hopefully, you guys are able to learn a little bit of something, and then take these and put these into practice for yourself, and hopefully save some money along the way.
Zion, what's one of your first little tips?
Well, the biggest tip that I've been able to kind of employ over the last, I don't know, 6-ish months is reaching out to the various vendors that I use and asking for discounts. I know this sounds so simple, but you would be so surprised at the amount of companies that have
You're lying.
specials. That I'm telling you, specials, discounts, just for being a valued customer for a lot of these companies. I'm not going to name any specifically, but I will give you guys the categories that I've used and the amount of savings that I've been able to see in a very short amount of time. So the first one is my cell phone service. So I called my cell phone provider and I was like, hey, what kind of promotions do you guys have now for whatever? They let me know what services that they had. And because I had some older devices that I was willing to trade up, I was able to get bill credits for those, and I was able to go ahead and trade those out to get something a little bit newer. But what happened was I ended up paying an activation fee for one new line, but in the interim, I got $700 in bill credits. So I don't have a cell phone bill for the next 5-6 months. I don't have a cell phone bill. And then my bill actually went down after that, just because of me adding the additional lines, doing some additional things here, having a business account. All of those things have allowed me to save some money, specifically with my cell phone company. So like I said, that's about $700 in savings right there. And I was like, that's just because I needed to make a change and I had some additional devices that I was willing to trade in, but I didn't get the newest and the new hot thing. I got the one that was going to be free and then still get bill credits for the devices that I was trading in. So that's additional money that I'm saving right there. So that'll be place number one. Do you want to hop in, or you want me to go to place number two?
Now, that number one's there because I got a little follow up on it as far as because now we talking about cell phones and now I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
As everyone, I know averagely people are taking longer to upgrade their cell phones, but that's another thing just to think about. Like, if you don't have to get the latest and greatest iPhone that just came out, wait a year or two, or if you do need to upgrade, and let's say you got the iPhone 12 or whatever, maybe go for the 13 and not the 15, and that way you can also save money because these cell phones are about $1,000 plus. So that's a good route to kind of go there. Another route that a lot of people do not know is that a lot of people's jobs do give discounts on their cell phone bills. If you just call them and ask, or if you go on the a lot of times you go on there and they'll ask somewhere on the page, they'll be like, hey, they'll ask where you work. You just type that in there and they'll let you know whether or not your company gives you a discount on your phone bill. So sometimes you have a little discount right there and you never even know it.
Yeah, most definitely. So place number two is I have home security, I have cameras, I have whole nine. And when I originally purchased my home, I signed up with this vendor, and it was a 3-year contract that I didn't necessarily recognize. So you should definitely read the fine print of everything. But signed up for a 3-year contract at, let's say, $80 a month. After about a year's worth of time, I called them and I asked them, hey, what type of sales promotions do you guys have? And they were like, well, we don't have any. So I said, okay, cool. Is there any way that we can lower the bill? I kid you not, $10 off. No reason at all. They're just like, for being a customer with us for the last year, took $10 off. Then they said, what they told me was, hey, every 6 months you can technically call in to see if there are any other discounts, etc. Every 6 months I call in, and my $80 bill is now $55.99. So over the last however many months, every 6 months, I will call them and I'll just say, hey, I'm not necessarily having any issues, but since I've been a valued customer, since I have this on auto pay, I've never missed any payments, nothing like that. Is there anything that you guys can do to help me out? They said yes. I mean, the worst thing that they can say is no, but at the same time, if they say yes, you can automatically get something dropped off your bill. And if you have any issues, which I was having some issues with them at the time, they sent somebody out and they sent that person for free. They gave me a bill credit for that person to come out. So normally there's a tech fee and all this other stuff. They took care of it. So just being a valued customer with certain vendors, they'll go ahead and give you a credit in the event that either there's a problem or two, just for asking. So those are two. That's the second place that I was able to go ahead and save like 30-40 bucks a month over the last couple years.
And to put it on that kind of, I guess, first two things you already talk about is like, the companies want us, they want to keep us, they want to keep good clients, they want to keep good customers. So they'll do those discounts and they'll work with you just to keep you in there, because it's gonna be way more expensive for them to find new customers and to try to keep you on in some other type of way than it is just to discount your phone bill or whatever bill a few dollars a month to them. It's win-win for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know a lot of people are gonna hop in the comments and be like, "That's not true." I will show you my bill. I will literally show you my bill from month to month, and you'll be able to see like, oh yeah, it was just $10 off. And that's literally just me calling and asking. I don't have any, pull with these companies. It was nothing like that. I just called and asked. I mean, like I said, they may say no, but then again, you may get somebody nice. They may be like, "Let me see what I can do for you," and then $10 off per month, and that's my $10. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would much rather. I mean, some people will be like, "Yeah, $10 isn't worth it," but I mean, it was maybe a 30-minute call of me just saying, "Hey, is there anything you can do?" And they went on ahead and hooked it up for me.
I mean, because that money adds up. Those dollars and pennies, whatever, they all add up. It's still, it's $10 a month, $120 over a year, $120 a year. A lot of people would say like, "Hey, I could use that extra $100 for this one time or for that one time." So don't discredit it.
Yeah, one thing that we've been harping on is people always say that they don't have money to start investing. So if this is money that you're now saving that you were spending, that's money that you can now invest, and it's not going, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not money that's coming out of your bank account. It's just money that you were paying to somebody else that you're now investing with.
That's a great tip right there.
See, we be out here for y'all. Vendor number 3 was my in quote cable service. So my internet provider, since I work from home, a portion of my internet bill is already taken care of because, as you work from home, that's, we're going to be writing that stuff off. But the portion that's not, I was like, all right, let me go ahead and call and see what promotions that they had. So the promotion that they had was actually to add an additional mobile line. So I don't have any mobile with them. It's just internet. But I was like, all right, you guys have this mobile service. And they were like, yeah, if you add the mobile service and you do something else. It was like, add the mobile service and, keep it active for like 6 months or something like that. Your bill is actually going to drop and your speed is going to go up. So I went from 1,000 megabits per second to 1,200 megabits per second. I got an additional phone line, locked in the rate for 2 years. And then after that, the bill in theory can go up. But if you call again before your contract is over, the bill is supposed to jump from $80 a month to $105. But if you call them, they'll get you a new they'll give you whatever the next promotion is. So as long as you call and you stay on top of it, I never end up paying that $105. It stays at $80 to $85 a month. My speed keeps increasing and I end up getting more and more product line with them. Yes, in theory, we have to set up a new line, but all I did was I threw that SIM card into my iPad. So now my iPad has cellular service. It's got its own cell phone number, all that. But I'm not paying anything additional for it. I just got faster speed. I have an iPad that's now got its own data plan, and I'm paying the exact same thing. Sounds like a win to me. So it's not necessarily that I'm saving money there, but I am getting a better value for the same money that I was spending, even last month. So that was my cable, and I don't have cable, but that was my internet provider, who now just hooks up one of my iPads. So again, call and see what these companies and vendors have to offer, and if it's something that you can make work, absolutely do that.
Yep. If you can't make it work and it's more stress and you end up maybe you miss that promotional period and therefore you end up paying more than what you were beforehand, then just call them up and go back to what you was doing before, or
Hmm.
stay on top of it. If you feel like you can't hang on to it, in case there's maybe like a cancellation fee or something like that later on, then don't do it. But they might have some other promotions or anything that might be going on, so just ask.
Yeah. My last place that I would bring up is the my insurance company, right? So insurance, if you don't own a home, is a little bit different, but I have this bundle package because I own my home. I have two cars. I have life insurance. I got all this stuff that's bundled, right? And I had, when I originally opened the plan, it was with a person that I knew that actually owned the branch of the company, the insurance company. So what happened sometime throughout the year, without my knowledge, they closed that branch and they sent all of my information to a different branch within the same company, but a different branch. So somehow in that transition period, they didn't know what my rates were supposed to be, that I was in a bundle package, anything like that. And so it turns out that when my plan renewed, it actually went up by like $70 a month. So I was like, oh, that's kind of sketch. Don't love that. So I called them and I was like, hey, what's going on with this? After probably about an hour, we figured out that all of my bundle discounts that I was getting with the original company did not move over to the secondary company. So when I called them, asked them about it, they were, obviously apologetic that they had, been overcharging me for X amount of months, but they were able to give me additional discounts past that. So my bill is actually now lower than what it was when I was with the original company. So they were able to just say, oh yeah, we can now bundle everything together and just, give you that rate. So it's not necessarily me asking them for a discount, but it's their ability to say, hey, well, one, we made a mistake, but two, you need, like, us as consumers, we need to watch the bills that we're on. We're so accustomed to just putting things on auto pay that we'll just mess around and be like, it's something like that. It may go up by $10, $20, we never know. But if you watch your bills and you see something that's slightly off, one thing that I love is LifeLock. And because I have LifeLock, it tells me that if my bills start to fluctuate, it's like, hey, this bill is actually $30 more per month. Is that right? And it gives me an alert. So my LifeLock is like automatically letting me know. So I actually looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, my insurance just went up by $40 a month. What the heck is that about? Um,
I didn't know LifeLock had that service. I knew like
mhm.
Rocket Money does that, where they kind of watch your subscriptions and bills, and they'll kind of negotiate for you too if you pay them or whatever. How much is LifeLock per month? You have to pay for that.
It is a paid service. It's actually through my employer, so it's just a bill deduction. I don't know how much it is, but I have the family plan, and I want to say it's like maybe $10 a pay period, something like that. That's a deduction, maybe $5. I don't know how
I
much it
mean
is.
that's a great benefit if a company's offering that like right off the jump. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
y'all out there, check that out if they are, because that's pretty sweet. Because I know LifeLock locks down your information online, so you don't get,
Mm-hmm.
not sponsored by them or anything like that. But for me personally, I've had my information stolen, or my debit card information was stolen a couple weeks ago. My stuff always end up going somewhere, some type of way.
Send it to me.
So
I
yeah.
need I need to make a couple purchases. Let me have it.
Ah,
But yeah, you can freeze everything. You can freeze your entire account. You can freeze your social. You can do all that stuff. But then what I did was I attached all of my bank accounts to it. So the ones I do the most banking through, it actually keeps track of. So it's like the trends in data. It's like, oh yeah, this bill is up, this bill is down, whatever, and it allows you to kind of just monitor if there are big jumps and fluctuations within your financial ecosystem, and then you can go and make the calls from there. But with all the bills that are on auto pay, just make sure that you're keeping on top of those, because you'll mess around and you would have overpaid for the last 6 months and you'd have been like, oh, I didn't even recognize. So having something like this is beneficial, but minimally just being able to just know, hey, this is what my expenses are, and if it exceeds that, you need to go and investigate and see why, and then make a call and make sure that these companies aren't overcharging you for various reasons. So
yes, yes. Like we just said, they are for us. They want to keep us. They'll keep us
mhm,
any type of way they can. I don't know if anyone's really ever appreciated. So has watched Shark Tank, but they always ask me the question of what's their customer acquisition cost. Then no, not many people really think about that when it comes to business, but it's a lot more costly for a company to try to get new customers than it is to keep us. So they'll do whatever they kind of can.
mm, yeah. So what you got? Anything else for the people as to how they can save money now?
Man, I'm gonna go through these quick. 'Cause let's see. Let's see. I didn't. I wish I thought about that. I thought we were hitting up on the rest of our time, so I kind of had blurted out my mind for anything I kind of had. But biggest things to kind of go off that you didn't hit were probably just checking that financial journal every month. If
Mhm.
as far as tools go, using things like Rocket Money or Personal Capital or Empower by Personal Capital, as they call it now, using things like that to track those bills and seeing where you can save money at, and just register that every single month. You check that out, see where you spent too much on, see where you can save off on, and services like Rocket Money will adjust it for you. Using a different account for your bills and for your spending. Like if you have a main checking account for your bills, have that going. Then have a separate checking account that's for your spending and discretionary. And on your direct deposits, you can set it like, hey, my discretionary spending is at 20%. You can take that 20% directly to that other checking account and use only that for your spending. And once that money's up, that's up. Don't sell it, don't transfer it, whatever. Like once that money's gone, it's gone. That's your spending account. And one account that I really like to use for that is the Discover checking account, because they have a cashback debit card that gives you 1% cash back on whatever cash you spend on it. And then I have that cash back going into a savings account that's just reoccurring from that point. So it's therefore it almost feels like using a credit card, even though it's a debit card and it's from Discover. It's used everywhere too. They'll just knock it out like that. There are some places where Discover isn't taken still, like other places, but I have rarely had any issues with that. So that would probably be a couple of my quick pro tips for now. Oh, coupon clipping. I just thought about it. Check your mail, your junk mail, your spam mail, all the things. Sometimes you get coupons for some of your favorite stores and you wouldn't even realize it. They are there. They're willing. They'll take 10% off, 20% off, whatever. In addition with that, also like your rewards cards to your CVS, your Jewels, your Ralph's, all that jazz. The other day I went to the store and they rang everything up and it was like $100. And by the time when I put my phone number in there, and automatically knocked it down to like $70. And if I didn't have that rewards card, it would have just stayed at $100. So a lot of people, some people just do not like rewards cards, but I don't understand, if I give someone my phone number or whatever and it knocks off 30%, why not? Might as well take that savings and take that money that's already yours and keep that in my own pocket. So do not discredit that. Use all your options. And there's probably a bunch that we have saved up already that are just going to your spam accounts. Search for them or just Google them, or when you're about to go to a store, just see if they have it. If you go on their website before you go to the store, if you're doing online shopping, usually they give you a code right then and there, like, hey, for first time shoppers, you get 20% off or 10% off or whatever. So take advantage of that when you're doing that shopping.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm here for it. So, Sterling statements. Let's get into it.
Sterling. What's your first Sterling?
Especially when it comes to saving, do it. I've talked about a lot of things when it comes to, saving money. It's making phone calls. I know a lot of people don't want to make phone calls, but it's, you're spending 30 minutes on the phone to get a, pretty compound savings. And I think that it's definitely worth it when month to month we're seeing inflation that is astronomical. So every dollar that you can save, you should. So making those phone calls and, taking the time to just be diligent over your funds is important. And it's absolutely going to be worth it in the long run. So what you got?
My Sterling statement really just comes from a little neighborhood news that was just going on here. It was just a story that went up in our local neighborhood page for a dog getting reunited with its owner that's been lost for a week or two, and that just made me smile because I saw a dog get run over a week ago, and I just got very sad about it. And then just seeing that dog reunited with its owner and such just made my heart a little warm there, because they've been gone for a while, and they showed a little video of it, and she got really excited when she saw her again. So just little things like that just warm the heart up. I know, not financial, but it made me smile.
Mine was all financial and yours was all personal.
Sterling statements. We do whatever makes us happy, smile, little whatever.
Man, yeah. I don't have
whatever made us feel
that.
good.
Okay, well, I feel fantastic now that the dog was reunited with its owner. So
reunited,
and it feels so good because I ain't gonna sing. All right, y'all know what it is. We getting out of here. YBI, like and subscribe and share and do our other fun stuff. Follow us on all of the socials. But you guys know what it is. We may be young and we may even be broke, but we are always investing. Thank you guys so much. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.